To pilot Stuart Sharp, osteoarthritis struck when he was only 52.
So Stuart, you've had hip pain for years and years, haven't you? How did it all start?
It's about 12 years ago. There I was in Victoria Street in London. I couldn't walk across the road. I didn't think I got a hip problem. Certainly didn't think it was osteoarthritis.
Right.
I thought I got a muscle problem because I was so fit.
So what was the first thing you did then? Go to your GP?
Yeah, I went to my GP. I said I've got a muscle problem or something horrible. She did a test and said, I'm sorry, but you've got grossly arthritic hips.
And what about after the hip replacement and the hip resurfacing?
Oh, it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me 6 months to get really fit again, but now I was back to running and doing all my things, cross-country runs. It was wonderful.
Not satisfied with running, Stuart also achieved a lifetime ambition and learnt to fly. At the time of his first operation, he was warned that the second hip was also on the way out, and 6 years later, the joint is so painful that he's no longer able to fly. Today, Stuart is one of about 8 million people who suffer from osteoarthritis, but it's not a new condition.
Well, not to take anything away from your condition, but I just thought you might be interested in this. This is just to show you that osteoarthritis is not a new thing. This is a Roman hip, so it's 2,000 years old. And this Roman man had exactly the same sort of condition as you. And the shininess you can see there is because all of the cartilage has disappeared. And you also get this pitting and also this osteophyte, this new bony growth around the edges. Have you seen anything like this on your x-rays? Extra bits of bone?
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Mm.
9 years after pioneering surgeons in Birmingham performed Stuart's first hip resurfacing operation, he's back to have the second one done. In this operation, the head of the femur isn't completely removed, and instead the missing cartilage on both sides of the joint is replaced by metal components. First, the head of the femur is dislocated, and the now empty socket is shaped to accept the new metal resurfacing cup. Once the cup has been inserted, the femur is reshaped to receive the matching metal head, which after being applied with bone cement is hammered into an exactly calculated position. Finally, the hip is relocated with the new components fitting snugly together. All that remains is for the wound to be washed out and closed, and for Stuart to be taken to recovery. For Dawn, a slow and steady approach is what's required. She's learned some. Stuart, only 48 hours after the hip resurfacing operation, is up and with some help, walking.
The last time I had my right hip done, it would have taken me a week at least to get to this stage. So I'm feeling wonderful after 2 days.
He should be home in less than a week and flying again soon. For the rest of us, it's important to remember that being fit can actually reduce the pain we experience, and good diet and exercise are, as always, the foundation to keeping in good shape. I think that we're all very aware that our muscles are a living tissue. We can feel muscles moving inside us. I think we can sometimes forget that bone is a living tissue as well, until you see it in context like this, of course. And like any other part of us, they can be protected or stressed by the way that we live our lives.